I am Jeff Gregory, and this is I Am an American. I just get sick and tired of hearing about how these Muslims and the Islam, first of all, again, Islam's not a religion. It's just a terrorist organization that was formed under religion so they can have the disguise of saying, well, we're a religion. But the big thing also is they come over here and they don't want to assimilate. They expect us to assimilate into their culture. I remember when I was in Japan in the military, the first thing they said was, listen, this is their country. You need to try to adapt to some of their culture and understand it and pick up some of their language, and respect them in their country. Well, now people come in our country and they tell us the same thing. They're coming over here. We need to try to bring them in and accept them and understand their culture. And, well, you can't do that to somebody that hates you. And they hate America. And they've already said, they're going to destroy America and put Sharia law in place. Well, again, Sharia law has no place in the United States of America. We have a Constitution. And the key word is law. No law supersedes the Constitution or any other law. And they can say it's a religion all they want, but it's not a religion. Because they go around and now crying, oh my gosh, I'm trying to perform my religion and people interrupted me with bacon. Well, you know what? First of all, again, it's not a religion. Second of all, your whole book is about hate, murder, and killing. And it doesn't give you an option. It says you will convert or be killed. And they say that that's the only God. Well, first of all, there is only one God. And Jesus Christ, Son of God, is the only way, the truth, and life, and to God the Father. But the thing about our God is He gives you an option to accept Him or not. He doesn't tell somebody if you don't accept Him to kill Him down on earth, to stone you, cut your head off. He says vengeance is His. And if you accept Him, then you'll be living in paradise with Him for eternity. And He's even built many mansions for us. So what kind of God does not even give you an option? He says, you're going to do this or I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to send people down on earth to do it for you. Well, again, it's not a religion. It's a hate organization. And every time they say that somebody is doing something to hate them, they need to read their own book, or the government needs to bring their own book out and say, look, here it says you hate, and if you don't convert, you will kill, and we have a right to do all of this under Allah. Well, first of all, we don't have any right in the United States of America. And I remember when I first started talking years ago, I held the Bible up in the Constitution. I said, these are two documents you better read, cherish, and defend because they're coming for them. Well, you hate to be right sometimes. But in this case, I was right. And they're after it. And until we get the right people, we have Donald Trump and his administration. We've got to get people below him that's going to help him exterminate this evil, ship them back to their country. And another thing is what they need to do is they need to stop all welfare to them. I mean, these people are not even working. And they got all the time to get out here and scream and holler. Well, they live in Minnesota. It gets very cold up in Minnesota. Stop all the welfare where they can't have a place to live, and they have to go out and work to get something to eat. And you might see a different story. And they might go back to where that hellhole they come from. But the other thing is they won't any other ones come over here because they'll see, listen, we have to go over there and work. It's hard. We got to work over there. And so right now they're playing off of like the Somalians did, saying that they need to be protected. They need to be protected. Lord have mercy. Their people's highest IQ is 70. And that's a fact. I'm not just saying that. And they come over here, and then they get in office, and they say, we're here to protect our people, Somalians. Well, you're either an American or not. Because when you're not elected office, you tell us we should be protecting you. And then as soon as you get upper hand, and that's the culture of these heathen people, they don't care about anybody but themselves. I got some things wrote down here too. It says, they expect you not to speak out against what they're spewing out there, and what they're spewing is unconstitutional and hatred for America. And they run up and down the streets all the time yelling, "Death to America! Death to America!" and carrying Palestinian flags and people that are our enemy. Well, then that makes them our enemy. Talk about the drugs. We said we had a war on drugs. Well, if you go and say you're at war, then your duty is to destroy your enemy, and we are doing a lot better since Trump and them in there. But we have to defeat this if we're going to stop it. And I really truly believe anybody who is selling drugs or transporting drugs needs the capital punishment, because they need to be taken out of society, because what they're doing is it's just like them putting a gun up to somebody's head when they give them the drugs and all that, and all these people dying of fentanyl and all this. There has to be a capital punishment, and we also maybe need to nationwide federal drug courts, just like we have traffic courts, just drug courts where you can expedite this and get them out of the way, and people will know we mean business, because what they're doing is they're killing Americans over and over, just trying to make a dollar, and it goes higher and deeper than what you know. But we're going to have to do something to these people. If they're not blown out of the water and they get here and we catch them, they need to be tried in a real quick drug court and expedited to their penalty. Just like I said, there's so many things going on today. But the biggest thing right now is, I remember years ago I said there's three things. I said going to hurt this country: unconstitutional judges, Muslims, Islam, and it just bothers me that and China, and it just bothers me that people are not in America. We're trying to get all these people out of these cities, and people are protesting. But if you look at some of the people who are protesting, I'm not sure that they are all there. I think a lot of them are mentally disturbed. They really are. And again, once you get these people and you arrest them and they're on some kind of subsidy, it needs to stop, because they need to put that energy to work somewhere else, not out there trying to tear down America and harm our law enforcement. I am Jeff Gregory, and this is I Am an American.